Thank you very much, Lasca Herlock. Minister, you're welcome to the House. I think this is the first time I addressed you since you were elevated to the position of Minister. I'm delighted you're here, but it is deeply regrettable that the Minister for Transport, I understand Minister Ryan is unwell with COVID-19 and I wish him well, but that the Junior Minister is not here to take this particular issue. Minister, you'll be aware of the fact that 4 brave crew members of the contracted helicopter search and rescue service lost their lives when Rescue 116 crashed at Blackrock in County Mayo in 2017. You'll no doubt be further aware that all 4 were flying with inaccurate charts, faulty satellite locators, and must have been suffering from fatigue due to the demanding 24-hour shift work rosters they were operating under. Among other things, the Air Accident Investigation Unit report pointed out dysfunctional oversight of search and rescue, alleged safety management failures by the Irish Coast Guard and by CHC, the operator of the crews, and the air crews employed. The Air Accident Investigation Unit, on their website, published on the 5th of November 2021 some 44 safety recommendations, and they advised that in all 44 cases they are still awaiting a response. Minister, like me, I'm sure you would want to ensure that those who put their lives in peril to serve in what must be the greatest calling, that is to save human life, have their safety and working conditions at the highest, should have their safety and working conditions at the highest level of priority for ministers and their departments. 22 of the recommendations advert specifically to CHC, the operator. But in addition to that, most worryingly, Minister, is the fact that the Air Accident Investigation Unit point out that the Irish Coast Guard and the Department of Transport neither have any aviation expertise within their staff. They also point out that in the Air Accident Investigation Unit, they point out the 24-hour shift cycle, and they refer to fatigue and risk management. I believe that the crew of Rescue 116 had been operating for some 16 or 17 hours before they were called out. Again, the Air Accident Investigation Unit referred to the lighting. The report into 116 refers to the lighting in the cockpit and the poor level of lighting that was available. Now, Minister, it's no secret that for 2.5 years I've been speaking on this issue, and I've been speaking on the reckless behaviour that's taken place in search and rescue. And I know that one of the helicopters is situated in your own constituency, and I know that you would have a close affinity with the people who would work in that area. And it is great that we do. But, Minister, we need more than, I suppose, our congratulations to these people. We need to know that our department has the staff there who are capable of overseeing the contract. Right now, the contract for search and rescue has been overseen by a company that is a sole operator, single operator. It doesn't inspire confidence. Minister, I brought along with me today the recommendations of the Air Accident Investigation Unit. It's no secret that this took years to have it published. And 44 recommendations, months later, and the response from the Air Accident Investigation Unit is that there has been no response. Some of the things that are mentioned here are simple administrative things that need to happen. Why, if the operator is still operating a 24-hour shift roster, why? On the 1st of June, an instruction came out from the Irish Aviation Authority restricting flying rosters to 12 hours. So if a 24-hour roster is still in place, why is that the case? It needs to stop. I can see the Cathaoirleach about to hit the bell, so I'll take my seat for a moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Minister, you have 4 minutes.
Thank you, and Minister of Transport, thank you, Senator Craughwell, for raising this matter here today. And the final report by the AAIU into the Rescue 116 accident at Blackrock, County Mayo, on the 14th of March 2017 was published on the 5th of November 2021, as you outlined. The report contains 42 safety recommendations, of which 14 were addressed to the Minister for Transport in the form of individual transmittal letters. At the time of the publication of the report, the Minister for Transport fully accepted the recommendations addressed to him, and the Irish Aviation Authority also reviewed and fully accepted the recommendations addressed to it as the national aviation regulator, many of which have already been implemented or are proceeding to full implementation. It is a matter for the Irish Aviation Authority to respond independently to the findings addressed to it. The Minister for Transport was required to acknowledge receipt of each transmittal letter and inform AAIU of the actions taken or under consideration, and where appropriate, of the time necessary for their completion and where no action is taken. Why this is so? The deadline for this was the 3rd of February this year, and responses were sent to the AAIU on the 1st of February. The regulations require the AAIU to engage with the addresses of the safety recommendations, and any requests for clarification from the AAIU to the Department have been received, considered and dealt with. The Department remains open to any further requests for clarification the AAIU may have. The responses will be made public on the AAIU website via the associated published investigation report and in the European Safety Recommendation Informal System. This is expected to happen shortly. It should be noted that the Department of Transport did not wait for publication of the final report in order to implement changes on foot of lessons learned following the accident. Since March 2017, and specifically following receipt of the draft final report in September 2019, the Department, and particularly the Irish Coast Guard, has undertaken a significant programme of change across key areas to take account of issues raised and recommendations addressed to the Minister for Transport. On foot of the interim report of the Air Accident Investigation Unit, the then Minister of Transport, Tourism and Sport commissioned an independent review of oversight arrangements for search and rescue aviation operations in Ireland. Following publication of the independent review, known as the AQE report, in September 2018, the then Minister committed to implementing its 12 recommendations. As Senator, you are aware, the Department of Transport is conducting a formal procurement process for a new Coast Guard aviation service following a detailed appraisal and business case prepared in accordance with the Public Spending Code. The process began in December of last year with the release of e-tenders of pre-qualification questionnaire and response document for candidates to complete. The PQQ set out certain criteria to determine which operators would have the capacity to perform the contract, and following this, an amendment of the PQQ was made to specify the number and location of search and rescue bases to reflect the exact existing configuration, namely 4 bases at Dublin, Shannon, Sligo and Waterford issued. The amendment ensured the delivery of wider government policies concerning balanced and even distribution of state services and investment, particularly the needs of Ireland and rural communities. The PQQ stage of procurement process concluded last month, and both successful and unsuccessful candidates were notified of the outcome of the PQQ evaluation. The procurement process is now moving into the second stage, i.e. request for tenders.
Thank you, Minister. Senator, you have 1 minute.
Minister, I'm wondering how we're allowing a department with no aviation expertise to have any hand act or part in the next SAR tender services. How we're allowing the department and or the Irish Coast Guard to lead out on the next SAR. The PQQ that you adverted to in your reply was issued, and within days of it being issued it had to be extended because of the change from 3 bases to 4 bases. We are about to move to tender stage, yet the PQQ at the time did not take account of the new regulation set down by the Irish Aviation Authority, changing from 24-hour shifts to 12-hour shifts. This is going to significantly impact the payroll cost of the organisation that is contracted to the next SAR service. The bottom line on this is they fired out a 415-page submission by the Irish Air Corps to provide SAR with a 3-page piece of junk that offers no technological, empirical or statistical evidence to support their conclusions. I am deeply concerned that we are moving to the next contract without any expertise within the department who is leading out or within the sub-unit unit, the Irish Coast Guard, that's leading out. This is recklessness, and I have made my position clear in many emails that have been circulated to all members of this House. Minister, I don't want to hammer you. It's not your area of responsibility, and I really appreciate the fact that you came here to take the commencement matter today. But I am not going to leave this matter go. Lives are being risked. 400 million euros of public money is about to be wasted. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Minister, you have 1 minute.
Thanks, Senator. I'd like to thank you for your contribution today. And the provision of an effective maritime search and rescue service is critical to Ireland as an island nation with a strong maritime sector. And the sector depends on the reliability and professionalism of the Irish Coast Guard and all its component parts, including the Coast Guard Aviation Service, to offer a service, I think we all agree, which can deploy at a moment's notice to rescue people in distress and bring them to places of safety. As noted earlier, receiving the draft final report in September 2019, the Department of Transport has undertaken a significant programme of change across key sectors to take account of the issues raised and recommendations made at that time. And as we rightly said, the measures have been taken fall under 6 broad categories. The Minister of Transport assured me that he is confident these measures will strengthen the safe conduct of search and rescue operation, but you have some issues, and I will bring those observations to the attention of the Minister. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister.